Kaya Jones, recording artist. She was on the stage before the shooting happened. Tell us a little bit, Kaya, about the Route 91 Harvest Festival. What was it, and who exactly was there?
Well, it's a 3-day festival, and it started, basically 3 days ago, and so this was the final night. It was 30,000 people in attendance. I don't know how many, probably over that amount of days. So as of right now, I mean, that's what was in the audience when that rapid fire began.
Yeah.
But it's pretty much a who's who of the country music scene. And, and I was asked by John Rich, who's a friend who was performing with Big Kenny, hey, we're doing this thing for the veterans. We know how much you love to support our military. Would you come up and be an honorary bartender while we salute them? So that's how I was there and on stage. I just happened to be friends with the band and the band that was performing.
And was Jason Aldean the last act?
Yeah, and we actually didn't pull out until Jason went on. So we were in the bus backstage, and then we pulled out as Jason went on. He was literally 2 or 3 songs in, so he had arrived at the Redneck Riviera, which is John's bar, and as we got in there, they jumped up on stage. Someone turns to me and says, "There's reports right now of a shooter. Don't freak out the guys." And I'm like, "What do you mean?" Like, I think we were all just in shock. We weren't sure if it was real and I mean, the reports that were coming in and out, and we couldn't leave venue. SWAT had then brigaded off most of the strip. Of course, no one inside of the bar knew what was going on. So, John got up on the mic and said, "Hey, everyone, just want to let you know what's going on. We're locking up the bar. We have to be on lockdown." And so we were then on lockdown getting reports from friends who were barricaded behind the stage that were being shot at.
Wow. I know that Big Kenny and John Rich from Big and Rich, they were on our show last week or the week before talking about their bar, and I know you're good friends with them. What was it like? I mean, you're a celebrity, former Pussycat Doll, still a recording artist and performing. What was it like for you to experience this?
It was horrific. I mean, any act of terror is just mind-blowing why someone would even want to do something like this. Every color, creed, religion was in that audience. I think for the guys and for every entertainer, it was just gut-wrenching because the whole point in what we do is to unite people, to bring people together, to get them away from their pain and home, to take them on a journey for a couple hours. And in this situation, I can't help but feel that every single performer feels responsibility for, in some way that this guy attacked this night.
Well, 406 people were taken to area hospitals, we've heard, at least 50 dead, 200 injured. Kaya, as and
I would just like to add one other bit of information that just came in. The suspect was dead when the police arrived in that room.
Which would suggest he was looking at the video feed that he had set up so he would know when the police arrived, because he had at least 8 guns, he had 2 shooting platforms, and he had wired the room so he could know when the police had arrived. Kaya, as you look at these images, and that's Jason Aldean on stage, and we're about to hear the shooting, and he's going to run off to the left.
Yeah.
How many times have you looked at these images in the last hour and said to yourself, I was just there. I got in a bus. If I would have been right there, I could be dead right now.
No, I think all of us bonded together. I mean, John was saying that when we were in the bar, we just all looked around and realized in this moment we're family. We all were a part of something that could have been way worse just with our friends and our crew. We're lucky that, we got out in time, but, there are souls that are gone because of this man. This man killed people tonight, and my heart is with their families. My heart is with the people that are fighting for their life and the police officers that literally ran to aid. And I mean, we had an FBI agent who was on his honeymoon inside of the bar that said, I don't have a gun on me. I'm an FBI agent. He pulled out his badge. We all checked his badge. He was serious. And then the one person that had a gun in the bar handed it over to him, and he then protected us at the door. But you know what people need to understand is Vegas is camera ready. We have cameras every single square inch of this city. So they're going to have, from the moment he drove into that parking lot on that casino, like, the grounds,
Sure.
he's on camera. So I'm sure in the coming weeks, we're going to find out a lot of info on this man.
Right, and if he indeed was a lone wolf, as they say right now, and the accomplice
a lot of rounds,
that they're looking, right, 8 guns, a lot of rounds, took his own life, well prepared, 2 platforms. I think you brought up interesting, Kaya, that to get that room on Mandalay Bay, it's something you have to book ahead of time. So it was,
oh yeah, because we had crew over there. I mean, a really good friend of mine and John's, who's an incredible DJ Silver, his wife and his 13-month-old baby were on the 32nd floor, and he was down, ducking behind the stage as the rapid fire was going on. So, I mean, I can't imagine what was going through in his mind, because his wife was on that floor with his child.
Have you talked to him? Do you know, did she hear anything or see anything?
We got confirmation later as we were, all trying to just get out of there, and we couldn't. Finally, a text came through that said, "They're okay. I'm still barricaded. I'm okay." We have not heard from him since. His phone is completely off at this point. I'm sure he's in shock. He just wants to be with his family, and but we had people there, and John leans over to me and says, one of the guys from the meet and greet, he's gone. So we were getting confirmation in real time from people on site.
Yeah.
Wow. With over 400 wounded, you wonder why they've called out for immediate need for blood. I remember being in Las Vegas at the Holyfield Bow fight when Fan Man came in from outside and hit. And this was years before 9/11. And this guy comes in on a glider and slams into an outdoor event like this, outdoor event. Everyone thought, well, that's what it would take. You're safe here unless something crazy like that happens. Now no one will look at events like this the same way, Kaya.
No, and I mean, I moved back to my hometown, from Los Angeles to build a show here. So I'm literally in pre-production of a show here. I'm not in the show. It's my creation. And I'm thinking in my mind, how are we going to hold our city together? Yeah. How are we going to show America, just like Orlando, just like 9/11, that we're going to rise up and not allow this to affect our town? Because this is a town, as much as everyone feels it's a city, it's a town.
But just keep in mind, Kaya, you look at New York City, the whole thing was rubble, all those lives lost. It's rebuilt, was stronger than ever. You guys will do the same thing.
Yeah, it might affect tourism for a little while, but it'll come back together eventually.
All right.
That's right.
Kaya, thank you very much for telling us what happened.
Yeah, God bless you, Kaya. We're glad you're okay.
God bless you guys.
Hey,